Hello, this is Baron LaSword. I'm here at Gen Con 2012. I'm with Shelly from Wizards of the Coast, and I gotta say, this is the interview of all interviews. I've been playing Dungeons & Dragons since 1980, and to see how far it's gone and the popularity getting more and more. The time when I played, it was a bunch of male geeks sitting around the table at lunchtime at school, and now we have all ages, all sexes, transgender, and we're, no, I'm really excited. Thank you. First of all, I guess we have a beautiful queen of demon spiders, Lloth, over there. Perhaps you could tell us about the latest product that she's involved with?
She is involved with pretty much everything that we're doing now, as we have all become Lloth's minions and are here to do her bidding, and I couldn't be happier because I'm actually a big fan of Lloth myself.
Oh, yeah.
So we are in the throes of the Rise of the Underdark campaign, and this is a year-long story that we're telling. And the way that we're doing it is through all of these different product offerings. Because D&D, ever since you started playing in 1980 or whatever, was a tabletop role-playing game experience. And like you said, it's grown a lot. And now we have board games, and we have comic books, and we have novels, and we have accessories and video games. So any way that somebody wants to engage with Dungeons & Dragons nowadays, we want to make sure that they're all kind of having that shared D&D story, which is really what it was at its core. That's why we want to focus on the story. So Rise of the Underdark is touching all of these products, from the Dungeon Command, skirmish board game, to source books like Menzoberranzan. Anyone that wants a little, oh, your eyes lit up.
Yeah.
Anybody who wants just a deep dive into Drow society and culture, that's a great resource for them. Dungeon Masters, it gives great Dungeon Masters perhaps great hooks on how to run your campaign in a Drow society. For players, it tells them what Drow houses they want to align themselves with and what benefits they'll get from that. It also includes beautiful maps and artwork, because the Underdark is actually a beautiful place.
Well, now, you mentioned different factions of Drow. There was a time when Drow were just pains in the butts that were out there to kill you and keep you from getting lost.
Some things haven't changed that much.
All right.
What's changing a little bit with this campaign is, I don't know about you in the games that you might run, but some Dungeon Masters do not want their players playing Drow. They kind of just shy away from that because, like you said, pain in the butts. They're playing a Drow true to their nature is
very
contentious, evil, and counter to how most people play D&D. But in this campaign, we have a program called D&D Encounters, which is an in-store play program. And there's 3 seasons of encounters that run throughout this whole campaign. The season that's starting next week, on August 22nd, is called Council of Spiders. What's different about that one is we're letting you play as Drow. We want you to play as Drow. We're giving you all the resources that you want to play as Drow, and it's really up to you how evil you want to be. I mean, obviously, Dritz is a Drow, and he's not your typical Drow, so you can always take that route, but we're giving you permission to maybe play a little more evil than you might have in the past.
And so you could technically have a party entirely ranging from neutral to chaotic evil?
Yes, you can. And while you all might be searching for the same common goal, you might all also have your own agenda, and, well, what's going to take priority?
Beware other player characters.
Definitely.
And now this also crosses over board playing and role playing?
It does, yes. Dungeon Command is a new miniature skirmish style board game that came out in July, and we are releasing it in faction packs. The 2 faction packs that are out now, Sting of Lloth and the Heart of Premier, which is the hero. So we have Drow, we have heroes. It's up to you what faction you align yourself with, but I've only ever played Drow side, and I win every time. So I don't know. I don't know if it's me or if it's the Drow.
Oh, it's
maybe
the
a combination.
It's the Drow.
Yeah, you're probably right.
We always wanted to play the Drow, and thank you for making this possible.
Thank you all. It's really
what is just for Gen Con? What are we introducing? Is all this just introduced at Gen Con this year?
So some products have already released. Some products are getting an early look at, like Menzoberranzan. It comes out later this month, but we have it here for sale at Gen Con. But we also have some exclusive adventures that we're running only here, and that's taking place at the D&D Experience, which is now part of Gen Con. So we have the 4th edition adventure that we're running here that is giving you a taste of what's to come. You can play as Drow in this adventure. I've heard a lot of people come out of that adventure sweating. It's getting intense in there.
Oh man, I can't wait. I can't wait.
Yeah.
And you mentioned a crossover with the novels?
Yes. Yes, we have 4 ebook exclusives that are coming out that are all telling a part of this Drow story. And of course we have R.A. Salvatore's Baron LaSword, which just came out earlier this month. And that's obviously involves the most iconic Drow of all.
Well, when I was playing back in the day, we imagined a time when maybe humans weren't all necessary and we could have a computer running the game and we would go ahead and play, and great dungeon masters like myself would be necessary. We still are incredibly necessary.
Absolutely.
Players are expendable, but you have, I got to see a video game going on right now. If you could tell me a little bit about that. The graphics are gorgeous.
They're amazing. Dungeons & Dragons Online has been a great, really popular game. They have, for the most part, they've only been in Eberron this morning. And they have released an expansion recently called Menace of the Underdark, which is allowing players to venture into the Forgotten Realms to visit Lloth. So it's very exciting. It's nice to have them also into our fold, and I think it's going to be really exciting for their players to get to go to the Forgotten Realms. I don't know if they're aware of what we're going to encounter once they go to the Forgotten Realms. We're going into the Underdark.
Now that is also, can that be a single player campaign?
Yeah.
I love a single player campaign.
Yes, and a tip for you, if you're going to play it, when you get down to the Underdark, buy the goggles. That's all I'm saying.
I like it. Mini spoiler out there, goggles. Now, the video game, playing single player or multiplayer, does that cross over into the role-playing and the board games as well?
It's part of, it crosses over in the sense that it's all part of the same story.
Okay. And, sorry kids.
You're staring into Lloth.
I know, her beauty is taking me over. Tell me a little bit about D&D Next.
So right now we are obviously in the middle, well, not even in the middle. It's still considered the beginning of the playtest for D&D Next. And personally, every time I hear people talking about it, I get inspired over it. It's really cool to see this whole community of players coming together to really help shape what the next iteration of D&D is going to look like. And I can't stress the fact enough that the feedback really does matter. Being part of this playtest really is what we're using to shape what's to come for D&D. So when those surveys come back and they're filled, I mean, people just write paragraphs and paragraphs and paragraphs of what they're thinking about the playtest materials. R&D looks at that. They look through everything, and that material really is what's helping to make the next playtest packet. So we've been saying your feedback really is helping, and I think that now that there's 2 playtest packets that are released, I'm hoping now that people are actually seeing that the changes that they wanted, the feedback that they offered has made an impact on this next packet. So it's not too late to sign up. Anyone who wants to sign up for the D&D playtest, just go to the website, dungeonsanddragons.com. Sign up. It's free to sign up. It's easy to download the materials. Tell us what you think. It's definitely not here for me.
I remember what I was going to say. The video game, as it's become very, very powerful and expensive media, it's right now only for PC, I assume, and Mac.
I actually don't know. I'm a Mac user myself. They always seem to,
Do you know if they're working on maybe coming out with a console version?
That would be wonderful.
You know, I'm a console player myself. Another thing I noticed is that the people that played back in my day seem to be bringing their children through.
I know. How cool is that?
And so
the next generation of gamers.
And they don't seem that afraid of Lloth.
Oh, but I already got it. Interesting, right?
Yeah. I mean, I was terrified.
They don't know. They obviously haven't encountered her. I'm seeing these little kids just like running up to her, like petting her, or touching her. And, are you guys kidding me? You would let your kid go up there?
Yeah, no, seriously.
Maybe that's the parents offering other children.
Or looking for a cheap babysitter.
Maybe. I mean, she's got 8 arms. Clearly, she can handle a lot of kids. Here's your milk, here's your cookies.
Have you gotten any direct feedback from the children about the gaming system?
Well, I often walk my table for kids are playing, and I hear them go, "This is cool," or like that's awesome feedback.
Yeah, oh yeah.
We're on the right track.
Oh yeah.
But the kids really seem to just want to get in there and like beat stuff up. It's surprising. They're not scared. It's like in a slur.
They're in there. Relax, light and bold.
Yeah, they're ready.
Well, anything else you want to say about Dungeons and Dragons? Before we leave today, I see new compendiums.
Yep.
I see new miniatures. What about the new miniatures?
Well, are you talking about the 3D adventure set that we have from Gale Force 9? The miniatures that we have are part of the Dungeon Command board game. There's some miniatures in here that you can use in your tabletop role-playing game. You can also use them in the invention system board games like Castle Ravenloft and Legend of Drizzt. They all have stat cards, so bring them into your games and expand there.
I'm a big fan of Ravenloft.
Yes.
And when it first came out, there was a question of how long it might last because you're really kind of cutting the edge at the time of horror and role-playing.
Yeah.
So, and it's made it this far. What can you tell me a little bit about the new Ravenloft world of products?
So, well, as you know from the keynote, the focus right now, they're going to be focusing on Forgotten Realms.
Right.
But the future is wide open, so I would love it if they explored Ravenloft again.
Okay, Castle Ravenloft?
Castle Ravenloft is awesome. That's the board game. It's a great introduction to Dungeons and Dragons. It's great for people who already know how to play, of course, but for somebody who maybe just wants to get a feel for what it's like to play D&D, it's a really quick expression of that. It's very easy to pick up. It's a great family game.
About how long would you say a game of Castle Ravenloft?
An hour and a half, 2 hours.
Really?
And you can even do it. It's even you can play with just one person.
Wow.
No dungeon master needed.
Wow.
I don't know how you're going to feel about that.
No. Players are expendable.
As any good dungeon master would say.
Wow. Well, I and many fans here are looking forward to everything that's coming out. Multimedia across the board, all of its existence. Shelly, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure.
Absolutely.
And I gotta say, D&D was keeping me up.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah. Well, you know, I rub troll oil on my face.
Oh, that's the secret.
So I can regenerate.
Yep.
So.
I need to find a vendor.
Yeah. It's somewhere on the other side.
They must have it.
On the other side. Okay. Thank you, Shelly.
Thank you.
Okay. Great.